Hello, 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 and welcome back to the GTD Podcast.
Woo!
I'm the Norax. I speak for the podcast. The more I say it, the less weird it's going to get. So if I keep doing it, maybe it'll stop sounding weird. I'm also Aaron, but that doesn't really matter. Everybody's here today, even though it doesn't look like it currently. Max is having a few technical difficulties with his camera, but he is in fact here. He's just a bit invisible. So
that do be true.
His camera might pop up. His camera might pop up in a little bit, but other than that, he's still here. Along with Max, we also have Devin and Matthew, one of which is messing around with some filters, but you know what? If his filters bother you in the comments, go to his channel and inform him.
Okay.
Don't leave your hate on my channel. Give it to his channel.
No one cares. No one's gonna complain.
But
Humans
yes,
are more rational than that.
everybody give a belated hello.
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 Thanks for that. But we have several
Close
things
your
coming up.
door.
What? My door?
Devin,
Oh,
What?
sound.
you're
Okay.
picking up my audio.
Whatever. We have several things coming up in the show today. We'll be discussing what we've been playing this week, followed by some trailers. Then we will move on to host topics, the news, and the end of the show. So, without further ado, after this intro sorts, one of these days, an intro will get intros to be good. One of these days. So, Matthew, while Max is glitching out in the corner, what have you been playing this week?
What have I been playing this week?
Yes.
Give a wild guess.
Nothing.
You'll
You've
never
been
get
playing
it.
Roblox.
No. Minecraft.
Wow.
Oh,
What a surprise.
For a second there, you went to the virtual.
I know.
the
I know.
OBS virtual.
I'm just
what?
trying everything.
Just continue.
Ignore me. I don't exist.
You very
Okay.
much exist, you
I can
glitch.
put you in the waiting room now. No, I'm kidding.
Matthew.
Yeah?
Stay goddamn focused for once in your stupid life.
Jeez.
Jeez.
I actually focus on things a lot. But anyway, yes, I've been playing Minecraft this week. I don't think I've played. I think I might have played I don't think I played any other game this entire week. But I only play like 3 days a week, so.
Do you have anything to discuss regarding Minecraft? To
I'm
make
messing around with streaming on Twitch.
yeah.
That's true.
Is that it? Is that all you're gonna say?
Yeah.
All right, Devin, what have you been playing this week then?
Minecraft.
Oh, really? Do you have anything more interesting to say about it though?
We joined a hardcore world and we had a lot of fun, and I went caving, and then I did a little bit of extra caving a little bit later, and after about 3 hours of playing hardcore with 3 people, another person joined, and then I died, but I died to a skeleton with a power bow and 2 baby zombies, so I don't feel too bad.
Mhm.
I was taking 2 hearts of damage.
It could happen to anyone, though.
It could have happened to anyone.
It's
It would have
actually
happened
true.
to anyone, even a really skilled player like myself.
Could have happened to anybody. Really, could have happened to
It
anybody.
really could have. Like, good luck. Try summon in 2 baby zombies and put yourself in the situation I was in, and then try fighting them. You will.
And a skeleton with a power 3 bow
yourself.
while not wielding your shield in your right hand, in your left hand.
Why
Yeah, also
did
don't
the
wield a
skeleton
shield.
have an
I-
enchanted bow anyway?
No, wield a shield.
No,
We
don't
were on
wield a
hard
shield.
mode.
I
Why
wasn't
did the
wielding.
skeleton have an
wield a
enchanted bow?
We were on hard mode.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just how that works.
They sometimes spawn with enchanted weapons.
All right.
Epic.
Well, that sounds like an annoying. Skeletons are already the most annoying enemies in the game. Why give them even more power?
Yeah.
That's just annoying.
Yeah.
There are like 12 types of zombies now and only one type of skeleton, and it's still the worst enemy.
No, there are 2 types of skeletons.
Wither skeletons don't count.
No, wait, that actually makes 3. There are wither skeletons, strays, and skeletons.
Yay.
All right, whatever.
Sure.
Strays give you slowness,
Strays? Really?
and they only spawn in snow biomes.
That sounds unfortunate and very
And they
annoying.
don't burn in daylight.
Oh.
All right, thanks for the lesson on Minecraft.
And they're awful.
Anything else though, Devin? Or is
Nope,
that
not really?
all right? Well, I'll move on to myself since I haven't actually played anything this week again. I don't think I've done. No, I haven't played anything this week. I've been a lot of random stuff's been going on. Haven't really been in a position to play a game.
I feel that.
For my gaming podcast.
Yeah.
You know how it is. Yeah, it's I haven't played anything this week. What have I done? I'm trying to think of anything. Like I was not a thing. So no, I haven't played anything this week. And honestly, I don't have anything interesting to talk about currently. So we'll just move on to the Invisible Boy.
Yes, it is me. I am very
Could you at least
invisible.
put up an image?
If you click on the top to show non-video participants, it'll show me.
Ah, there you go. We get
Yay.
a dumb smiling version of you.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, so yeah, I haven't been on for like 2 weeks. I finally got around to playing Little Nightmares 2.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like because the main problem with getting it in was that like I ordered it and then it was shipping out of Texas, and then everything with the weather and stuff happened in Texas, and that was horrible. And my order ended up getting canceled, yet it's still sent to me, and so I had to like work with customer service to get my refund and all of that. And it canceled. It was a mess, but in the end, I got the game. I played it. I played the Switch version of Little Nightmares 2.
Yeah.
It was really good overall. I ran into there was a few bugs here and there. Like there was one puzzle where one of the items despawned, so I couldn't reload the checkpoint. I had to reload the entire game. And the final boss, I'm pretty sure was bugged, but I haven't looked at footage of other playthroughs to double check that.
If it took you an hour to get through, either you're an idiot or it definitely did bug out, because it's
I'm pretty sure
it's a very
did
simple
bug out.
process.
Yeah. So, but in the end, I really enjoyed the game. There was they knocked it out. Like Tarzer Studios knocked it out of the park again. And I did kind of lose the through line of the narrative in the third act, but overall, like the visual storytelling and everything was absolutely fantastic. The atmosphere was perfect again, and like I found myself getting incredibly emotional in some scenes. Like not just fear. Like I love the Little Nightmares franchise so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really good game.
Cool.
Other than that, I started playing Breath of the Wild again yesterday. I find it just very therapeutic to play, and so I have stuff going on. Life is a roller coaster, and
It's
like
not a highway.
no, it's not a highway. Like if it's a highway, then everyone's crashing all the time because no one obeys the speed limit. So, but yeah, Yeah, yesterday, like I just kind of got overwhelmed with everything going on in my life. So Breath of the Wild is just one of those games. It was like I always say that like story is kind of like my favorite thing in any form of media, but sometimes I just need to sit back and not listen to anything and just go do whatever the heck I want. And
Hmm.
Breath of the Wild is like kind of the one game that I've seen that really lets me do that. Just like openly explore the world. Don't listen to any dialogue or anything. Just kind of make my own story in some way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of all I did.
Well, sounds like you had a time.
Yeah. Oh, and Minecraft. I'm playing a lot of Minecraft. Help.
Lots of Minecraft. Everybody on this podcast,
What do you mean help?
except me, just plays Minecraft for some reason. I don't know why.
It's a good social experience.
A good game.
Yeah. Well, if you
I
really
think-
like building or exploration, then it's a really good game.
I mean, yeah, Minecraft's
has-
a fine enough experience on its own, but the biggest problem with Minecraft for me personally is that I, unless I'm playing multiplayer, I find it kind of a pointless run through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
Because
that.
Unless I have
I especially nowadays very much appreciate a single player story because it's so fucking rare in today's gaming market,
Right.
specifically AAA. But like, I enjoy just a straightforward story. You know, it doesn't have to be very long. Hell, like, some of my favorite games are only like 8 hours long.
Yeah.
And it's like these are very straightforward stories that have a ending, and it's fun gameplay.
Yeah, like I think
I don't need
Minecraft
a
is
multi-billion-dollar multiplayer game that I'm supposed to play for the next 20 years.
Yeah, Minecraft kind of like falls into the same realm as Breath of the Wild for me, where like it's a game where like if I wanted to play it on my own, then like I can just kind of like zone out and just explore for a while. Like it's very therapeutic in a way. It's just that these days Minecraft is much more of a social experience for me because when I play it by myself,
your
it's like
friends
I always feel.
Since you sort of brought up a comparison for Minecraft and Zelda, I really like Breath of the Wild, and I haven't played too many open world games in like the style that Breath of the Wild is, but personally, I don't super gel with a lot of open world experiences.
Yeah, no, same.
And it's mostly because, and I know why, it's because, to me at least, Zelda's world is fun to explore. It's designed to be both fun to explore and also has a very satisfying movement system with the climbing and stuff like that. It's very satisfying to just climb things. And other open worlds, I can bring up Saints Row 2, for instance. I've played some of that game, and I don't know, I just kind of got lost in the... Like, I had fun with that game, but I didn't really explore the world all that much, or I didn't really do any of the story missions either.
Right.
I just kind of basically drove a car around the city a lot.
Yeah, no, I had a similar experience with like Fallout 76 sometime last year. No, not 76. Fallout New Vegas. That's what it is. Like literally what I did is that like I started the game like and just ran away from the tutorial and just explored the world. I did like, and then like once I completed like one full side mission, I kind of just like I was satisfied with the game.
Yeah,
like
I do sort of, because I'm a crazy completionist a lot of the time. I do plan on coming back to Saints Row at some point, but like I don't know, I just didn't do any of the story at all. So something didn't click with me in that regard.
Yeah.
But Zelda, now to be fair, I haven't done a lot of the Zelda story stuff, and I've mostly been going around the world. Like I said last time, I've still only defeated one of the divine beasts. So, but but I
Well,
have
thing is-
completed a lot of the side quests.
Well, the thing is, what's special about Breath of the Wild is that there's really not a lot of story stuff to do. It's the divine beasts and like 2 characters you talk to, and then Ganon. That's really all it is.
Yeah,
Like, other than that, everything else is like your own experience, and you get to problem solve and carve the story in the world the way you want to.
yeah, that is very true. Anyways, I guess so yeah, that's what you've been playing this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, if that's everything from everyone, we can swiftly move on to trailers. If that's fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Totally.
All right. In that case, our first trailer of the day is a new Monster Hunter trailer that will be discussing some new insights about the game.
Ooh.
So here it goes.
This is gonna be good. A huge pack of monsters in a giant stampede. They attack the village in a frenzied rage. Nobody knows why this happens, but it came close to wiping out our village last time. You are what I call a true hero.
Seeing you face the calamity has given us so much hope.
Don't take this personal! Take this! Let's have some fun! Have a taste of this! Feel my strength! This one's all for you!
What's that?
And that was the newest trailer for Monster Hunter Rise, coming March 6th. And sorry, I came back onto the call and I just saw Max's smiling face. And it looked, I forgot that your camera wasn't live, so I just thought it's like, oh, so that's your reaction to it, huh? So when I put this trailer in, I wasn't sure how much to show of it because it's like 3 minutes long, and that seemed kind of long. But it also discusses something that I didn't show of the trailer is there are free title updates coming to the game in April, which includes some what's the which includes like some new content, like I think new monsters, and some other stuff as well. Also, just probably like some. Well, they're like if they have the guild cards at all, they'll be like those titles as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it
game looks-
includes a new monster, several new monsters. Yeah, and it looks like they're gonna continue to update it with new monsters as well after the thing comes out. Also, there's a
That's cool.
demo out currently for it.
Yeah.
It was available on March 11th.
Yeah, I remember like when the demo came out, I think like the servers crashed because so many people were trying to download it.
Yeah. I'm not horribly surprised. Monster Hunter is a very loved franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Especially this new one should have a wider audience than most of the other games because of its obviously in terms of Monster Hunter, all of the Monster Hunter games are, well, they're not similar, but like there's old Monster Hunter and then there's new Monster Hunter. And Monster Hunter World is new Monster Hunter in regards that it took away, it made a lot, what's the term? I guess player friendly, newbie friendly, maybe. Basically, it added in a lot of features that made the game less grindy per se. But a lot of people liked the grind, so there's two sort of. So when Monster Hunter World came out, I correctly assumed that it would split the Monster Hunter fan base into two, which is a lot of new people from the West that like the new Monster Hunter game, and then a lot of the old fans that still want the old style. So Monster Hunter Rise appears to be a lot of the new style of Monster Hunter World, but it also, I think, is implementing some old stuff as well. So there's that.
Yeah. One thing that I was really surprised about in this trailer is like the attention to detail in the animations. And like, because like it's like the gameplay looks very fluid, but then also like I noticed like when they hit a monster's leg, like that leg would buckle as a bit as the monster would like it would turn to look back. So yeah, the attention to detail really makes me interested to see how the game is.
I played some of the first demo that was released back in February, I believe.
Oh right, okay.
And it plays like a Monster Hunter game. There's not much I can say about it in that regard. I didn't play World, so I don't know how similar it is to that one. But regarding all of the Monster Hunter games that I have played, it definitely adds new moves to each of the weapons. And the combat is more, I guess, fluid per se. You can roll in 8 directions. Yeah.
Wow.
Something about the old Monster Hunter games is that it was so liberating to be able to roll in more than 4 directions. I was like, oh man, this is amazing. I love this.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it has it doesn't require you to carry whetstones or pickaxes, which are some of the, because all the other Monster Hunter games you would have to take pickaxes if you wanted to harvest ore, and the pickaxes had a durability, but it was a random amount of durability. So sometimes you would pick something and the pickaxe would immediately break. And you could only store 5 of them in your pack at a time. So,
Yeah. It like out of all the Monster Hunter games, this one looks the most appealing to me.
Yeah.
But I am extremely hesitant to get into it.
I mean, the demo probably isn't going to do much of the story stuff. It'll probably just give you a few hunts. I'll have to check out the demo myself later, since there's a new one. But I doubt the demo will give you any story-related stuff.
Well, I mean,
just,
but I mean,
couple monster hunts.
If the gameplay is better than Generations Ultimate, then I will consider buying it.
Well, Generations Ultimate is...
I understand.
Like I've explained before, Generations Ultimate is the ultimate culmination of every Monster Hunter game except for World.
Mm-hmm.
which is designed fundamentally different than every other Monster Hunter game.
Mm-hmm.
So Generations Ultimate is basically for all of the long-term series fans. World was trying to break into the market of the West, because Monster Hunter has never been all that popular in the West. It's always been super popular in Japan, though.
Right.
So Monster Hunter World, when it was made with the intention of tapping into the Western market, which succeeded massively. So I highly doubt that they're gonna go back too much from World in all of the succeeding Monster Hunter titles, because it's just so much more successful this way.
Right.
You know, but yeah, yeah, Monster Hunter.
The game looks.
Oh,
the
you were
game looks
saying?
cool.
I kind of interrupted you, but
No. I mean, I didn't really have much to say. Like, just that, like, the gameplay does look very fluid and it does look fun. Unlike, because like I've seen footage of Monster Hunter World and stuff like that, and like it just doesn't look appealing. But this is the first Monster Hunter game I've seen that like this actually looks like fun.
well, something I do like about Rise is that Monster Hunter World, to me at least, from visually speaking, toned down a lot of, like, it went more,
It was very gritty looking.
not gray, but like
It looks like a
in
AAA
Monster
game.
Hunter Generations Ultimate, you can get a weapon that's like a cheese wheel.
Yeah.
Like, it's a goofy series with a lot of weird stuff and crazy elaborate armor designs. So it's nice that at least in Rise, it looks like they're appealing more to older designs and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Also, you get a dog that you can ride, so that's just an immediate +1.
Oh yeah.
It's actually like you can, in the demo that I played, you got one of the wolves. It's really fun to ride them, because it's basically like he speeds up your movement, so you can do that, but you can also jump off of him and like slam down on the ground. It's really fun.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll have to give the demo a shot then.
Yeah. Hey, you have something to talk about next week.
Yeah.
Hey, Matthew, you could do it too, because you have a Switch.
I could.
But
Yes,
will
you could. You could do it and then talk about it.
Will you though?
Was that a no?
Probably not.
Oh my goodness. What if
All
what if Monster Hunter was Minecraft? Would you then like it?
I mean, it has a lot of similarities in Minecraft already. It's just that
No, there isn't.
no, well, like with the whetstones and the campfires and stuff like that, and you had to cook the food. Like there was similarities to that before, but like
Okay.
it's just that there's
Max,
the combat.
Max, are you aware that cooking food is not a Minecraft exclusive thing?
Yeah, I
don't know
know,
if
but
you
I'm
know
s-
this, but
I know
humanity
that. I
has
know that.
learned
I
to
know that.
start fires, sharpen weapons, and
No,
cook
I know that. But
from
I'm saying
Minecraft.
I'm saying that like I'm saying the similarity between the two games is that Minecraft and Monster Hunter both have the thing where you need to like hey, you have items in your inventory, you need to use them to like to like fix your weapons and cook things and stuff like that. That is, I mean, it's similar in that way. Everything else not really.
Okay.
So they're not similar.
I mean, if you like managing your inventory, then
But you don't
it's
need to manage
similar.
your inventory in Monster Hunter.
You kind of do.
Not really.
Okay, well maybe I'm just stupid then. That's
I
fine.
don't like managing my inventory though.
All right then. Well, it might not be the game for you then.
Like, there's the quote unquote hot bar, which is where your usable field items appear.
Mhm,
You can choose between them on the fly
mhm.
very easily. And then there's your actual inventory, which you never need to look at unless you're dumping all of it into a chest. Because,
Here's the thing.
you don't use items from your inventory.
The only Monster Hunter game I've even vaguely technically played was a little bit of Monster Hunter Ultimate.
For Ultimate.
For Ultimate. Ultimate 4. Yes. That one. And I enjoyed the multiplayer when that
For
happened.
Ultimate before
But
World was basically the best 2 get newbies into Monster Hunter.
I didn't like any single player aspect.
Yeah,
You didn't like the story.
I couldn't figure out what to do.
That's how I feel with
The game
Generations
tells you what to
Ultimate.
do. It gives you like mountains of tutorials.
Yeah, I also really don't really care for tutorials. That's
Okay, well
probably another thing.
that's just a you problem, man.
Like
that was disconnected.
the first two things the game directly tells you to do is how to make a potion and how to cook a steak.
Yeah.
Those are the
Like,
first two quests.
I
And
don't
then,
remember the potion thing.
and then
but-
it gives you a specific tutorial for every single weapon type if you want to learn every single one, or you could just pick one that you want to deal with. There's also button commands for, like, I'm just saying. Devin, what do you think?
I'm just gonna
Well,
stick with playing Minecraft and things, and Breath of the
on,
Wild
dude.
and that sort of thing.
I enjoyed playing Monster Hunter when I played it. It was a game.
It's a game. Like I don't think
Like-
Monster Hunter is bad. I just don't think it's my type of game.
No,
Really. And
exactly.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of great things about it, and I think that it can be appealing to a lot of people. And I understand why like the fan base is so passionate about it. Just that I'm not all that interested in it. Rise looks pretty cool, but like Rise, it looks the most interesting out of all of them. Like, so I might give it a shot.
I mean, yeah, I like whatever. As long as Rise can do a good tutorial, I'll consider it a good game.
And then they
only
skip the tutorial.
only two of the 12 or so. No, not 12. 1, 2, 3. Monster Hunter, Portable Third, Generations.
There's a lot.
There's like 8 or so total titles, I think.
Wow.
Something like that. Anyways, only 2 of them did a proper tutorial. So
Wow.
if it does a proper tutorial to get newbies into the game, I will consider it a successful Monster Hunter game.
And then this is what Rise does. Before the game releases, they release another demo. And
No.
all this demo is a tutorial. And then there's no tutorial in the game.
That would be the
Right.
worst thing ever.
Oh.
And they moved the release date to April 1st.
And then it just doesn't come out.
Yeah. They just cancel it.
It's
They
the worst thing ever.
us all.
And then they release it the next day without anyone knowing. They just secretly release the game. It'd be the worst
That'd be-
business strategy.
Such a waste of time. Anyways,
But it would be funny.
moving on to our second trailer of the day. This is a trailer for what was this? Yeah, sorry. Let me give this is a trailer for It Takes Two, the official We're Better Together trailer.
Dr. Hakim, they have to stay together.
Gotta work overtime.
You can't just give up. I wish you could be friends again.
Are you ready for the roller coaster ride of your life?
No!
This world is the result of your broken relationship. If you want to go home, you'll need to find what you've lost.
Is that our old vacuum cleaner?
This would never have happened if you hadn't broken it.
You promised to fix me. Now you will both die.
Man, what happened to my greenhouse?
Terrible.
That is what happens when you abandon your passion. It gets infected.
Wait a minute. You used my chessboard to build your toy castle.
Yeah, so what? You never use it anymore?
Because I don't have the time.
But now you can control time.
Hey, look, it's your old binoculars.
Oh no. What's the matter with us?
All I know is that Rose sat down there with her dolls, and then you two came alive.
Let's keep on going. We got a relationship to fix.
But what if we freeze to death first?
Use your magnet powers and the attraction will warm you up, baby. Yeah, you feel that?
Kisses, you like?
What is wrong with that guy?
And that was the trailer for It Takes Two, coming
I want to
March
play that game.
26th. This, as it said in the trailer, is the newest game from what was it? I am sorry. I shouldn't have said the newest game from, because I unfortunately am an idiot. But basically, it's from the same creators as A Way Out and Two Brothers, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, which are were fairly. God damn it! Your stupid face caught me off guard again.
Hello, it is me, my stupid face.
Oh my god. So sorry. Where was I? A Way Out. So, Brother: A Tale of Two Sons was a game where you controlled two brothers on a journey to find their mom, I believe was the plot. Then you have A Way Out, which was a completely co-op game about two guys escaping prison and going on a journey together.
Yeah, but that game was very cinematic.
Yes,
well.
and this is the newest game from the studio that gave you those. I'm sorry, studio. I don't know what your name is. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But this game,
Max, you're the studio.
as you could probably tell from the trailer, is entirely co-op. I do not believe you can play this game single player. Period. This is an entirely co-op game about a wife and husband who are seemingly getting a divorce. Their daughter does some kind of crazy magic hoodoo, and they become the dolls she made, and they have to bring their relationship back together in order to fix their bodies so they can become human again. That's the basic plot. It was explained in the trailer.
Yeah. So it's by Hazelight Studios.
Thank you.
I think I played Brothers. I never finished it, but
Brothers was very highly regarded.
Yeah,
it's a
no,
very emotional game.
Yeah, it is definitely. Like Brothers, I played. I don't remember if I ever finished it, but like the Brothers, like the concept was really good. I think execution was a little bit like how it controlled.
Yeah, it was
and
a
all that
single
was
player
very
game
weird.
where you controlled each brother independently with each stick.
Yeah, and like
so
that
it was
was
kind of weird.
Yeah, it was very weird.
But it worked well enough at the time it came out.
Yeah, it was very intuitive. So like it was something new, and I think they did pull it off pretty well for what it was. A Way Out, I think A Way Out, while it's not perfect, they definitely like up the ante with that, and they definitely show that like you can tell a very cinematic and deep story with a narrative while also just having a fun co-op game at the same time.
Yeah.
And this game looks like it's going to continue doing that, like telling a great story, but like instead of A Way Out, where it was focused more on the story element of it, It Takes Two looks like there's a good balance between gameplay and story.
Yeah, can I just say, I absolutely love the sort of craft book / real world objects as dangerous things aesthetic this is going for. I freaking love it. It's one of my favorite aesthetics that is like not used enough. because obviously there are some games, a lot of indie games they don't go for this style, but indie games generally have like a craft style, if that makes sense. But like going all in and like, oh, like you're basically dolls in this big world. It's like, okay, so you have a vacuum cleaner that's a boss because it was broken and you didn't fix it, or in the trailer, or you have like a chessboard as used as part of a toy castle. A lot of very cool stuff. It reminds me of like Little Big Planet. This
Little Big Planet
idea of like taking all these real world objects and using them for a very cute aesthetic in the realm of imagination.
Yeah, I was gonna say it reminds me of like Terrawade, which is from the same devs as Little Big Planet.
Terrawade is another good example, actually.
Yeah, and then also like Chibi Robo.
Oh yeah! Oh man, I haven't thought about Chibi Robo in so long. Anyways, yes. Any thoughts, Matthew and Devin, before we stamp all over you with conversation?
Devin, you said it was interesting, right?
Yeah, it looks like it looks like a game that I would actually want to play.
Cool. I could buy it. We could play it together.
Yes, actually,
friends play free.
That sounds awesome.
I'm down.
I will check one thing very quickly, because it is coming out on on March 26th. It is coming out on the PS4, the PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and PC.
Wait, it's coming out on March 26th? That's
when It Takes Two launches on March 26th, 2021.
Oh,
I'll also look at the just official thing, because March 26th. I said that at the beginning.
Interesting.
Coming out March 26th. So roughly 13 days exactly until its release. But hey, I know neither of you have a PS5. One of you has a PS4, but the main thing is that all of you have a PC.
Yeah.
Which it is coming out on. So you can get it on there.
Actually, Devin doesn't have a PC. He's a Mac user.
We'll have to see if it works or not.
So can you play it co-op online, or would I?
I believe so.
I'm going to be perfectly honest. If it does not support online co-op, especially during COVID times, it will fail.
It probably should, because it does say friends play free. So I'm assuming that means that like they would be able to download a file for free to play along.
Yeah,
that sounds interesting.
Yeah, so there are a lot of games that are very fun but don't support online multiplayer, but those are mostly indie games that literally cannot support the server. Like they're too small to financially support a server to host any of it on. This is being made by a fairly big company.
Not very big. They have only 65
It's
employees,
big enough.
Yeah. But I mean, like,
big enough. And they have the support.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of support from other things as well.
Yeah. A Way Out was online. You could do online co-op or local co-op. So
A Way Out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll probably have online co-op.
Okay.
I don't know how long this game has been in development for, but I assume that given COVID, they probably would have tried to patch in a online co-op anyways, like even if it wasn't planned. But yes, any last thoughts on It Takes Two?
I'm just a bit curious about it, that's all.
All right, Matthew.
It's mildly
good,
interesting.
Good to know.
I know. A very interesting thought.
I'm really curious about the story.
Yeah, I actually as well. It like this is the first time there have been several trailers for this, and even like the developer himself talking about the game in a video, but this is the first time this is the first trailer I've put in here, because all of the other stuff was like the first trailer. I think it was part of a Sony thing, so there was like talking over the trailer, and I didn't think that was good for a podcast
Right.
because it's like, oh, there's another voice talking over the trailer. But the personalities of the two mainstay characters are very fun. They like work off of each other really well, which
Oh yeah,
makes sense.
definitely.
They are a husband and wife duo with, you know, it's like the main thing is that they're a husband and wife duo that is going to get a divorce because of their fractured relationship, and they're trying to fix that through their imaginary world or whatever. You know,
Right.
I don't know the full details of the story, obviously. That's just what this trailer says.
Mm-hmm.
So they do work off of each other very well. And there's obviously a lot of moments like, oh, you did this, you did that kind of like dialogue, but it's also just like in that last bit of the previous trailer where it's like the book is tapping on the snow globe. You have those moments of like genuine agreement from both sides,
Right.
on certain topics.
Yeah. I mean, hey, A Way Out, like, even though it was like very campy a lot of the time, but that was kind of the point, and the writing is actually a lot of fun in that. So I'm sure that if they can pull that off, I'm sure they can do a good job with this one.
Yeah, I am. I'm actually quite excited for this, even if it is purely co-op. Hey, you know, I could get a PS4, and then in like a couple of years, I can play it with my niece.
Yeah.
So it's all fun and good. Anyways, we'll be moving on to our last trailer of the day, which I'm going to be perfectly honest, this is just for me. I don't think any of you will care about this at all.
I've seen stuff where it looks interesting.
I mean, but that's the thing. You'll see what I mean after the trailer.
Right.
This is the trailer for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage
Oh, heck yeah.
Turtles, heroes in the hot shell. They are the world's most fearsome fighting kings. The heroes in the hot shell and their queens. When the evil Shredder attacks, these turtle boys don't cut him no slack. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Splinter taught them to be ninja teens. Leonardo leads Donatello does machine. Raphael's cool but rude. Michelangelo's a party dude. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, heroes in the hot shell.
And that was the trailer for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, done by
Heck yeah.
Games, Dotemu, and in association with Nickelodeon. So, first of all, I'm just gonna say, when I first saw this trailer, I had the biggest goddamn smile on my face because I absolutely love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Specifically, I have respect for a lot of their incarnations, but my personal favorite has always been the old 80s cartoon, which this is based on completely.
Right.
Like, this is just a complete nostalgia trip for me. And obviously, because this is the other thing. There were several Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, God, the title is a mouthful every time. There have been several TMNT beat 'em up games in this style over the years, and they've all been very good. Specifically, TMNT Turtles in Time is basically the fan favorite remembered one. This is not a remake of that. It is a completely new game, but it is in the style of those old beat 'em up arcade games from the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
So just to say, it's coming to PC and consoles. So we do not have a release date for this as of yet. We might have one tomorrow, depending on what happens. This trailer is from yesterday, so we'll see what happens regarding that. But where was I? I feel like I lost my train of thought.
I do want to point out that this is very clearly such a passion project for the studio. Like,
oh, totally.
Like they would not fully animate a trailer like that if it wasn't out of passion, because there was so much attention to detail in the animations of the trailer, but then also in the gameplay. One thing like someone pointed out on Twitter when this trailer first came out was that like every turtle has like a unique run cycle that tells you everything you need to know about their personality. And, yeah, I have nostalgia for the old TMNT show. Like I like the pilot movie. I watched that so many times as a kid. I like TMNT has a soft spot in my heart, and like I'm actually really excited for this because I love the old beat 'em up style games.
I've always obviously very excited for this, and you know I really like TMNT, especially the old 80s cartoon, and I've always wanted something like this to either return or just, you know, something new in the TMNT games department. Because it's like, it's such a, like, even though it's kind of a really stupid idea, it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But it's genuinely such a creative world, and there's so many weird, cool stuff that happens. You know, it's rife for possibilities.
Yeah.
Something I will say, a couple years ago now, Platinum, the studio behind like a bunch of character action games like Bayonetta, they're behind Bayonetta, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. What else have they been behind? A lot of their staff were originally part of Clover Studios, which are the makers of Okami and Beautiful Joe. They're also behind Wonderful 101. Basically, they're known for a lot of crazy over-the-top action games. And they did a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game at one point, and I was super excited for it when it was coming out, but it was such a disappointment.
Wait, which one was that?
First of all, it was not based on the old cartoon series. It was based on one of the more modern ones, which is not horrible. But the horrible thing about it is that it was a very mediocre beat 'em up. In all honesty, it was basically it was a very like.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
You know, it was very mediocre when it was released. It's not worth really going back to. They were also, just to say, Platinum Games also made a Legend of Korra beat 'em up, which is kind of on the same level. It's like, it's good enough for kids, I guess. Like, if you're an adult, you're really not going to get anything out of this.
Right.
Because it's not complex enough to get anything out of it. But yeah, going back to the Shredder's Revenge, I'm just going to call the game Shredder's Revenge, or TMNT Shredder's Revenge, because it is a very long title. But going back to Shredder's Revenge, I'm just fucking excited for it. Yeah. I just am.
Yeah, I'm glad this franchise is still going strong. Like the most recent reincarnation of the show, like they've brought back the old comical style with it.
Yeah,
and it is very much a passion project for the studio, for that studio as well.
Yeah.
So like I'm really glad like the franchise is still going on strong.
Yeah, it is actually weird when you think about it that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, a series, something that was originally a comic book or graphic novel, depending on how you want to say it, turned into a 80s television show back in the day where the toys, like episodes were basically made to show off toys.
Right.
Is the thing that survives 30 plus years. Like,
I mean, hey,
there was a new iteration of TMNT like 3 years ago. I think that series is still going too. Like, it's absolutely mind-boggling that this franchise is the one that stands the test of time. And that's not a dent against it, but like, come on.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look at
I still love it.
Transformers is in the same boat. Like,
I mean, you're right. To be fair, I
mean, Transformers isn't as
Transformers
good
had
as
a
it was before.
bit more of a downfall.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
like
it was
every time they
mostly
take one
kept
step
alive
forward, they
through
take
live
two
action
steps back.
films, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Which none of them are very good. The live action films.
No, they're not. But yeah, really excited for this game.
Yeah, same. What do you think, Devin, Matthew?
I'm not big into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's
so
fine.
That's fine.
What about
I mean,
side-scrolling beat 'em ups from the arcade era?
Well, what do you
Alright,
think of the animation of the trailer, at least?
The animation looked good.
Yeah, it looked really good.
Yeah, the transition between the cuts. Did you see
really
that?
good.
How they like changed the environment and all that?
It looks fantastic.
The animation was really, really good.
Like the sprite work, even like the animation at the beginning, complete
and then the
nostalgia
sprite-
buster for me.
Yeah,
Everything
but then
about
also
it was
the sprite
awesome.
work too.
But the sprite work in the actual game is absolutely goddamn fantastic.
It is fantastic. I'm so happy. I'm so excited.
Like, I'm so happy. I am too. But it's just like, God.
I understand that you guys really like it because of nostalgia.
Yeah.
It's the kind of game that I would probably play if it was at a friend's house.
Yeah, no, I get
Well,
that.
here's the thing. Even disregarding nostalgia, the game is going to be good because it has a legacy of incredibly well-known and good beat 'em ups to live up to.
Okay.
So, you know, obviously,
Hopefully they can pull it off.
also a very ravenous fan base.
Definitely. That is, yeah.
It looks too fantastic to be bad. I refuse to believe it's going to be bad.
All right.
Yeah. Anyways, any last thoughts on TMNT before we move on to our host topics?
No,
I don't have any.
All right. In that case, let us swiftly move on from TMNT to host topics. Now, Devin, you said you had host topic this week.
I did.
Matthew, do you have a host topic?
I don't.
Max, do you have a host topic?
No, but I'm willing to talk.
Devin, you have a host topic?
I do.
All right, go for it then.
Hacking in video games and means to prevent it, or if it is even a problem. So like your thoughts on hacking games.
It depends. If it's an online experience, then
yeah,
that's
hacking,
bad.
I guess hacking in online games.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's bad.
That's bad. Recently, I was playing Bed Wars, and then like all of a sudden, someone was literally teleporting and just destroying everything. So I'm like, yeah, no, that's bad. There's no reason. The game's not fun. I don't know how you can get satisfaction. Yeah, we reported them. Yeah, because like the thing is, like when it's stuff like that, it's like especially for like online games, like the game's not fun. You're breaking the design of the game to put everything in your favor and ruining the experience, not just for you, but for everyone around you as well.
Yeah.
I will say,
but I'm not asking whether or not it's bad. Because I think pretty much everyone, even the hackers, would agree that hacking in online games is probably
it's kind of like pirating. It's like, yeah, I know it's bad. I don't care though.
Yeah. or yeah, I know it's bad, but it's easier, it's cheaper, or it's more fun, or I just don't want to get the skill, or not like you can actually get the skill
to be vaguely fair. Pirating really only occurs in the modern day when because obviously pirating is always going to happen. I'm going to keep this short because it is not about pirating. It's about something else. Pirating
so is pirating your host topic?
No. pirating will always occur, but the best way to avoid pirating is to make sure that you're like you can basically be better than what pirates can do.
Right.
Yeah, actually,
Like provide a service that is better than what pirates can do.
Right.
Which is not impossible. But regarding not pirating, regarding hacking is a different beast than pirating, even though I compared it to, which is to say, obviously there's many ways to prevent hacking. Many people do it, but there isn't really a reason to hack. Like the only reason a person would hack is because they want to cheat.
Yes, but now the question is, or the question that I would ask is, what do you think how far should people go to prevent hacking on multiplayer games? Should it go to the point where you have to where there's like a whitelist and you can't join unless you've been approved in person, or is that a little bit absurd?
Well, I mean, approved in person is absurd, but I mean, like,
okay.
Well, there have been.
I mean, not in person, but like you have to have a Zoom
people
call
have
with the
been
server
banned
operator.
for hacking in multiplayer games. It's not an unusual thing to be banned for hacking.
I mean, I think at this point it is kind of.
That's just an account.
Right.
That's
Yeah, they
just
can
an
always
account.
make another account. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
think
if you unless the person who is doing who is meeting people is meeting them face to face, because if you have a society, if you have a community where people are like meeting a clerk, and the clerk is like, okay, so you aren't gonna hack, and we're just connecting you with like your accounts and whatever, so we can ban you, specifically the person. Is that, do you think that's overstepping it a bit, because it kind of it feels excessive?
I mean, here I think I have a good analogy for this. So
yeah,
imagine the game is like a gas station. Okay. Hold on. So there are customers who come to the gas stations and buy things, and let's say like when they buy things, they have to show their ID. Well, you're always going to get that one guy who comes in with a fake ID, and the most you can do is just tell them, no, I can't serve you, go away. But they'll just keep coming back, maybe with another fake ID over and over again. The most you can do is just keep shooing them away, and like that's it. You can't really do much else other than that.
Or you can break the law and pull out your machete.
Yeah, like you physically can't do anything. You can report them, like you can tell the manager, and like they can call the right authorities if need be. But in the end, what everyone needs to do is just like, just report them and just say you can't do that. And that's kind of really all we can do.
What if instead there's someone coming in a costume and they're slapping various customers at
then that's when
in your store.
That's when like you call the manager or the police. That's when you contact like server manager or something like that. Like you go beyond just reporting them or something.
I guess the slapping would be more like a DDoS attack than just someone hacking.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I know from stories that you've told me that you have played in games where people are hacking. So you are experienced with people hacking, and hell, I believe you even killed or fucked over a couple hackers in your time. I don't recall if that's the case though. So yes, there are plenty of like multiplayer games are where it's at when it comes to hacking. Like it's generally like I don't think like, because here's the thing with single player games, if you're hacking, it's not really hacking. Because you're not.
No, like, well, it is still hacking because it's messing with the game.
Yeah, but people
can create mods. Like hacking created DayZ.
Like there's modding. Oh, it's what time is it?
Okay, just to let you know, we need to pause the podcast for maybe 5 minutes because me and Matthew need to go get groceries inside.
Okay.
So yeah, just pause the recording.
Okay.
If you actually pause the recording, then it won't.
We will pause for 5 minutes. Hello, and we're back. Are a bitch, ain't they?
Yeah.
So where were we? Defining terms, was it? or rather, actually, where were we when we actually left off?
I don't know.
You were saying something about something.
God,
I think you were talking about like what were you talking about? You were on a tangent about pirating.
that
No,
was
that was a while
that was the
back.
beginning though. I believe Max was saying, and you know what? It doesn't matter. Continue from where you think we left off, and then we'll just get back into it.
Okay. So the question, the question, one of the questions that I would be asking, that I was thinking about, is what exactly is hacking? Like, or like, if we agree that hacking is bad, at what point does optimization or gaining little advantages become hacking?
Well, in my opinion, if it's not like a feature in the game and it's like a feature you want to add, and you add it, then that's hacking, in my opinion. Like
So,
a game is
Optifine.
so well.
No, Optifine is not a feature in the game. Having good performance in Minecraft is not a feature of Minecraft.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, that's true.
And so
I feel
people
like
who are-
the Minecraft.
But I mean, Optifine doesn't like change the gameplay. It just it just makes the game run smoother, and you can add shaders, but it doesn't change like, oh right, you're more powerful or anything. Like,
I
doesn't
would
add a map or
argue
anything
that
like
the
No,
majority of people who play Minecraft
purely
okay,
visual.
I'm just gonna say,
And
I
Optifine.
get where you're going with this, but I would say that the majority of people who play Minecraft are not in it for competitive nature.
Right.
Multiplayer hacks are generally hated the most when it is competitive multiplayer.
Yes. Most people on like just random servers and stuff don't care. I mean, they do care about hackers, but hackers are generally like the super griefers or something.
Like, here's
Yeah,
the thing.
it's like there's sort of a difference because here's the thing, most outside of Minecraft and maybe some other multiplayer survival stuff,
Minecraft's not a very competitive.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Most big multiplayer games are competitive.
I know, but what I mean is most, like, Minecraft itself is not a competitive game.
No, you're right. It is not inherently a competitive game. People
Okay.
make it competitive because they install their own game mode.
So I guess the question I would ask then would be, for in general, would small optimizations be considered hacks, like a mini map?
Well, if it's of a
it
competitive nature,
gameplay.
like if
That's the
you're
thing.
in a
Max,
competitive,
why are you quiet?
let's take
Quiet?
multiplayer.
Your
Sorry,
sound
not multiplayer.
went
Let's
quieter.
take COD for example. No,
What's happening?
COD. I don't even know if COD has a mini map or not. Well, let's just take COD.
I think it does.
Assume that
It does.
the thing you're talking about is like
Yeah,
basically
having a
see
small
where
advantage
every
that other
player
people don't.
is. I install a hack where I can see where every player is regardless of terrain. So I inherently have an advantage over everybody else. That is hacking, and you will be hated for it.
Yeah, if it provides a gameplay advantage, then that is considered hacking. Like Optifine, it's just visual aesthetic. It doesn't do anything other than that, except for maybe Optifine Zoom. But
there has to be a difference between something like that and something like fly hacking or auto clickers or something.
Well, yeah. Here's the thing: like auto clicking and stuff like that. That is not like in the game. That is changing the mechanics of the game. That is
So is adding
literally.
a minimap.
Yes, adding a minimap is also doing that. I think adding a minimap is already considered hacking because that is giving you a benefit.
Yeah.
Because that is giving you a gameplay benefit. Optifine doesn't, because all it is just change the visual aesthetic. It doesn't change like how much power you have. Having a minimap does. Having like knowing where your enemies are does. Having auto clicking does.
But
I'm pretty sure everyone uses Optifine. Pretty much, a lot of people use Optifine. Not everyone, but a lot of people use Optifine too. So
Much like pretty much every feature in Minecraft, Optifine will probably become a feature.
Yeah, Optifine.
Sorry, that's a little joke for people who've been following Minecraft since like 2008. A lot of major features in Minecraft were at one point mods. Like basically the entire potion system.
Wow.
That was originally a mod type thing.
Max, you've
Like
gotten
baby,
quieter
baby
again.
animals, if you remember that,
happening.
baby animals.
Why is it doing that?
Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, outside of that,
Why?
Optifine is sort of in a realm of like most people who play Minecraft with a decent computer probably have Optifine.
Right.
Like it's a very used you know, mod essentially. Like
So
you know,
if
Right.
servers
it's
allowed,
kind of like the original release of Dark Souls on the PC was really bad because it was terribly optimized, which so it's like you had terrible lag and frame rate drops and like textures bad, and a fan made a mod that fixed all of that. The company itself never did anything to fix it, even though they basically couldn't because they were not experienced enough to do that, which is why they fucked it up in the first place. But a fan made a mod to fix everything, and everybody downloaded it and used it. Now, you could technically call that a hack, but it's fixing something it's fixing a game that was broken that everybody was okay with and aware of.
so I think we can agree that a hack or a hack is a negative thing when it negatively influences the player base.
Yeah, so
Right.
there's a reason a lot of people really
Or
this
when it
kind of
gives you
goes back to people whinge about balancing a lot.
I was gonna say I don't know if balancing, like it's a Lego block game.
No,
It's not
but,
like
like-
balancing is
Yeah.
important unless you're actually being professional or competitive about it. So like
I know, but like
you wouldn't want to have a host a tournament with prizes in which 3 people have mini maps and 3 people have auto clickers or whatever.
yeah,
that would be
obviously.
bad.
That would be terrible.
Or if like one guy has
Ruin the
X-ray.
competitive nature of the sport.
But if it's just for online points, I don't see
I mean,
it being a problem
can,
that would
like-
need to be addressed.
You can compare hacking in competitive to basically sports players using steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
That's
you're
a
trying to gain an advantage over the competition or just in general.
that's a good way
Obviously.
to put it.
What?
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, because like even in casual play, when you're not in like a tournament, that's still basically what you're doing. You're trying to gain advantage over the other players by using a hack. I mean, like aimbot has been around for decades, and it's always been a problem.
That's true.
Yeah.
There was a whole TV show about that. Or like if you heard of VGHS?
I believe I have.
Okay, it's Video Game High School, and
Oh yeah, I've so
it's like the
Yeah,
spoilers
I've-
for the
I know
first
that.
episode. But there's this big video game celebrity guy who gets beaten by the main character, and he doesn't believe it, and it turns out that he was hacking the whole time.
yeah.
The
Right.
celebrity, not the main character. The main character was just lucky.
Mhm. Yeah, and hell, there's even been like serious, like not just hacking but cheating in general, like serious cases of like cheating for like world records. Like one of the
Mhm.
previous world record holder for Pac-Man, not the previous, I don't remember his name, but there was this big incident where the world record holder for Pac-Man cheated to gain his record status as he got older because he wanted to continue to hold that title. He probably achieved it legitimately at first, but he wanted to hold on to the title so he started cheating to maintain it. And it all came out, and it was this big thing. His reputation was massively ruined after that. So there's like, an example of, and this was like on arcade machines, like actual arcade machines. So that's like a whole
Wow, he was
different level of hacking.
He was
Yeah.
hacking an arcade machine.
Essentially, yeah, using cheats and glitches.
Wow.
So there's
yeah,
an, like,
recent.
So,
well,
I was just gonna say, like,
wanted to mention
recently.
something about.
oh,
Go ahead.
No, you say your thing. I want to mention something about world records. I can do that in a little bit.
all right.
Okay, I was just gonna say recently I found a YouTube channel that like basically has documentaries on like speed runnings, like fake speed
Ooh.
runs, and like he goes in and talks about all the mechanics and everything on like how and why they cheated and like how people found out about it. I'm trying to find it right now.
There
Is
was
it
actually a
fun?
semi-recent one where there's a guy faked doing a blindfolded speed run.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which was a
It's
big
so neat to see that
controversy.
there's an actual Minecraft speedrunning scene. That's so neat.
It is kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
it's Carl Jobst on YouTube. He basically just does a whole bunch of videos talking about speedrunning, like talking about like really good speedruns and like how it was done, but then also analyzes speedruns that are being accused as fake or cheating.
Yeah, I heard about it. I saw actually the channel. It was recommended to me.
It is great.
Cool. So speaking of Minecraft speedruns and world records, I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to share this video with you.
All right.
If I can screen share.
You might not have permission. What is this video?
This is a speed run by Minecraft by a YouTuber. It is the current official world record for the tallest staircase in Minecraft.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Is this
Alright.
relevant? What? Okay, fine.
Is this
This is real. This is real. See, it's
How
is this
long?
relevant?
How long is the video?
It's like 3 minutes long.
All
It's
right.
not long.
I'll allow this.
Okay. I found this yesterday. It was
It's
recommended
vaguely
to me.
related to our topic, so I'll allow it. I don't think you shared audio, but then whatever.
Oh, built in
Wait,
1
can you
minute.
guys hear it?
Okay.
Can you guys hear it?
Not
No.
really.
I am not sharing my audio. Let me just. Oh no.
You're gonna have to stop screen sharing and then screen share. Click the screen share button and then click share audio.
This
Share
didn't
computer
happen.
audio. You can also press optimize for video recording so our faces don't show up.
Okay, does this work?
My name's
Yeah, that
You guys
works
can hear it?
well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Works great.
My name's Jenny and I'm the adjudicator today for the Minecraft attempt tallest staircase built in 1 minute.
awesome. My name's Ali. I'm a gaming YouTuber and I'm here today to take on this Guinness World Record and hopefully beat it. All right, we are in, my friends, and the
With a
first thing to do
controller?
is
Seem
to
awkward at all.
grab just a load of these and then the building shall begin. I'm going to use the flying technique here. Okay, no, that's not what I need to do. I need to change this a little bit. Here we go. Let's get this technique under. Oh, get this technique down. There we go. I'm just going to be literally flying around, switching the placing of the blocks. It needs to be a continuous staircase, I believe, so I need to make sure that the player can run all the way up this and won't get stuck at any point.
Halfway already.
Oh my gosh, what the? No! Oh my days, this is so intense. Holy cow. I can't make mistakes. Okay. Okay, I don't think that's good enough. I'm gonna have to keep completing it a little bit. This one's so fiddly, and using a controller, you've got to be so precise. If you're not facing the right way when you're, hey look, random cows and sheep, what up? If you're not using the right positioning when you place the block.
8,
Oh
7,
my
6,
gosh. No, I
5,
didn't mean to delete
4,
it.
3, 2,
One more.
1. Stop building.
Oh, all right, we are done.
Okay, I can now confirm, Ali, that was indeed a valid attempt. There's just one last thing we need you to do before we can reveal the actual result. We need you to walk from the bottom of the staircase to the top and back down again, just to confirm that the staircase is complete.
This is so intense.
What am I watching right now?
It's not intense at all, actually. It's interesting. I'll give you that. It's not intense, though. It would probably be more intense if there were, like, multiple people.
Or if he was good.
Yeah, that would also be helpful.
Or if he hadn't.
I mean,
said
when
the
he
flying
introduces himself
technique.
as like, "Hello, I'm a gaming YouTuber," like,
I'm a gaming YouTuber.
it's like, okay.
Whoa! I'm wacky and stereotypical. Anyway,
Cool. All right.
So-
sorry.
Let's hope there's no hiccups.
Good.
Yes, we're at the top. Go all the way back down
down.
again. Make sure this is a legitimate staircase, and we're good.
Perfect, fantastic. So, I can now reveal that the height of the staircase when measured in blocks is 17.
Not bad.
There was a minimum for this record, and that minimum was 10.
Yes.
Congrats.
Yes, sir!
I mean, I guess it's just because he's like, hey, he went over to Guinness World Records, like, hey, can I attempt to make this record? And they're like, well, we don't have a record, so let's go ahead and do it.
That is the current standing record, by the way.
I'm not horribly surprised. All right,
No
so
one has beat
stop
it.
sharing your screen if we're done here.
Oh yeah. I can stop sharing my screen.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, that was vaguely interesting, and it made me. It got some laughs, hopefully. No, yes, I'll agree with that. That's interesting, though.
No, thank you.
Anyways,
Next time I
we
play
were talking about
Minecraft, I'm gonna use
records,
the
but
flying technique.
we were talking about records, which was vaguely related to hacking. So let's try and, like a boomerang,
Yes.
curve our way back over to.
So, do you think that hacks should be not? Do you think that what level of measures do you think should be used to prevent hacking and cheating in speedruns and world records and stuff?
feel as though speedrunning specifically.
Yeah, like what level
Speedrunning.
of security should there be?
I mean, most speedruns are done by like a guy. You can go to speedrun archives. Like most people, most of the time it's done by like a guy who records his run by himself. So you have to basically take his word for it. But there are a lot of factors that go into this, and people are pretty good at seeing cheaters nowadays.
Yeah, I think
community.
what a lot of people are doing right now, like lately I've been seeing like a lot of people record their hands when they're playing the game to show what buttons they're pushing and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's also a helpful tip. Like record your hands, record
Record
like
your clicks per second, all that
prove
stuff.
like push buttons on the controller so you can prove that you're actually controlling the character,
Right.
instead of just having a recording.
Yeah, like really the only thing is that like programs and stuff running in the background, like that's the only thing that like that here is like a big issue. But like I think right now we're at a place where like we can find the cheaters right now, but as far as like what steps to take in the future to prevent it, I don't really know if there's really anything else we can do other than just reporting. Like when we notice something, we report it.
What about extremely subtle hacks?
Like give an example.
Like modifying your game so that certain things become slightly more likely to happen.
Yeah.
Well,
like
here's the thing, Devin.
Yeah, like what happened.
This is gonna surprise you. People will notice that.
Okay. Yeah,
like, there are people
who
have precisely determined the percentage chances of everything in a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
If they find something out of the ordinary in a percentage chance, they'll like say, okay, so let's say Castlevania, not oh god, what is it called? I don't remember what it's called. Not Symphony of the Night, but there's a Castlevania game where you kill enemies and you can obtain their souls and you get their power. But there's a percentage chance on each drop, and you have a luck stat that increases how frequently they drop. But like there are some of them that are like 0.1% to drop sometimes. So obviously you can also get more and more of them to power up other abilities. So it's actually a good idea to have more than just one. So it's like, obviously there's just pure luck in regards to statistical values, but if you're doing a speed run, for instance, and you're like, oh, I need this exact soul on this exact run in order for this to be the fastest, either you keep playing until you get it the first try, or you cheat. And the cheat will probably be noticed, especially since I think you have to record multiple, like obviously you submit your best recorded run, but I think you also have to submit like 2 other runs that are like, oh, just to make sure this is all fair in here. So they have a lot of information on it.
Right.
It's like speedrunning is,
Yeah.
I feel like most people are smart enough to not cheat a speedrun because the backlash of cheating a speedrun is way worse than just cheating in some random game.
Yeah.
Like, because if
it's
you're cheating in a
professional.
speedrun to get the fastest time, people take this seriously. Like, you're part of this massive community that takes speedrunning very seriously. You know, you have these incredibly skilled and talented people that work their ass off to make sure they have the fastest time. And then you have a cheater who, if outed, will be booted from the community.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's kind of the same with it with like every art form, really. If there is someone who is very passionate about it, they will put in the time and hard work to do it. And they can recognize when someone is cheating their way through. Like,
yeah, specifically for the guy who pretended to be blindfolded by playing Ocarina of Time. I saw this like video clip of like a guy going through his thing and pointing out all the things that like make it obvious that he's cheating, which is like his eyes are always covered by his hat. So it's like, you know, he says he's blindfolded, but like his eyes are always covered by his hat, so you can't see his eyes. You know, other stuff like that.
Do you see like the Mario 64 speedrunner who was blindfolded?
Oh, it might have been Mario 64, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought it was Zelda for some reason. No, you're right, it was Mario 64. And just like him commentating on what the guy is saying, like, oh good, I made it through here. You know, like, because he's trying to act convincing that he's blind, but you know. Anyways, back to, I'm not sure where this topic has spiraled off to. I'm enjoying it, so I don't care, but I'm not sure if we've answered hacking yet. I'm not sure if we've gotten to.
I think we did.
Did we? I mean,
in the end, I always really says that like all we can do is just like report it when we can, and like I think right now we are taking the most amount of measures that are to our ability. It's just that at this point, it's just kind of like recognizing when someone's hacking and not.
I would disagree. We could legislate.
I mean,
using the government.
Yeah, but like
terrible idea.
Yes, it is a terrible idea.
Technically, we could do that, but I mean, I don't think it's ever really going to go.
Why don't we make a law against speed running? Because that would be unconstitutional.
No. A law against cheating in speedruns.
Here's the thing. I think
why don't we just make a law against it? Because that would be unconstitutional. But if we change the Constitution, then we can make all sorts of crazy laws.
No, okay, Aaron, you just make a law that says if you cheat in the video game, then you get fined or something.
Here's the thing. In the end, technically we could go that far.
As far as money goes,
it is still just a video game.
Like if you're doing it for prize money, your prize money will be revoked.
No, yeah. When it's like betting and money and it is involved and stuff like that, then yeah, that's definitely not going to work. But like in the end, video games is just a art form. It's an art form. It's a medium of art, and like nothing insanely serious is going to happen in that, except that you're going to get shamed for not respecting the art, unless money is involved with like a contest or something. Then that's when things go bad.
Yeah, people get more.
I mean, the worst thing that happens to those guys is that they get stripped of their
title,
contextual rights, and also all of their prize money gets revoked, and their career is essentially ruined.
Yeah, and they lose their
respect.
So
there's that. So
if you want to be good at something, put in the hard work and effort and be passionate about it. If not, then go find something else to do.
Yeah, I will just say, because I'm sort of familiar with Dark Souls hacking. I've even encountered like a couple hackers myself. One of my, just as a slight offshoot, one of my favorite things is watching hackers get knocked off of cliffs because they fall into the death zone that will kill them. It's hilarious. Anyways, Dark Souls had a very big problem with hacking. Now, one of the things Dark Souls griefing and hacking is that players could like hack in certain items from late game and give them to newbie players. So it's like one of the things with hacking is that in old Dark Souls is that you would be matched up with people that are generally, I believe it's people that are within your soul level and have not beaten the area boss. I think that's how it works. I don't quite remember. Basically, people would, you have like these builds called giant dads where it's like people would go out of their way to get stupidly powerful but remain low level and just grief the hell out of low level people. Now that isn't technically hacking, but there are also people who hack in or do crazy weird glitch stuff and like give players in the starting zone like effects that can't be cured until late game, stuff like that.
Oh.
So it's like there was a huge problem with this. In the remake, the Dark Souls Remastered that came out for the Switch and stuff, that mitigated a lot of that by giving it a better matchmaking system. So I don't think there's as much hacking in that now. So
that's good.
But like I was saying, the main hacks you will find in Dark Souls is like basically infinite health. So it's like, so when you hit somebody with like a really high amount of health, especially hackers, the number is like billions long because your base is essentially going into overflow territory, so they can't be killed and they can kill you, stuff like that. Because Dark Souls is technically a single player game, but it has a lot of multiplayer elements regarding not just the game but also the community that surrounds it, because that's part of the game, getting involved in the community. Yeah. Part of the experience. Anyways, I don't think I made a point. Unfortunately.
Hey, that's okay.
Basically, what I was saying is that, like, I get it. Like hackers will exist. People will get rid of them. Problems exist, but they can be fixed if you hold it, if you are careful and necessary.
Yeah.
Anyways. Okay, so yeah, I guess we've
that was a topic of discussion.
It was.
Yeah.
Anything
Max,
to add, Matthew?
I found it more interesting to listen to you guys.
Okay, that's fine.
All right then. So Max, you said you had something to talk about.
Oh no, I don't have anything to talk about. I said I'm willing to talk about stuff. I don't have a topic this week.
All right. That's fine. That was a fairly long topic anyways.
It's cool.
You
got anything, Matthew? All right.
Okay, so all right, so that was I don't have a host topic, by the way. I'm not sure if I stated that, but I don't have one. So that was host topics. I think we got some good stuff out of that. Anyways, swiftly moving onwards, unless there's one final thing.
Just don't cheat. Grow up.
There's the lesson, kids.
Really
don't cheat.
Or if you do, be really subtle.
Remember,
no.
Winners don't do cheats.
That's
true. If you cheat, you are a loser.
Legitimately, like, no, even though it sounds really cheesy, like, winners don't do cheats. Like, if you are super passionate about something, you will put in the hard time and work into it and to become good at it. Like, don't cheat. Get good. As dumb as it sounds, it is 100% true.
Get good.
Get good.
Get good. From the Dark Souls community, get good.
I just love how you can actually legitimately say that.
What, me?
Well, Max.
What?
You can legitimately say get good, and it's like, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
When you think about it, like, yeah, I've been noticing that a lot lately. Like, hey, yeah, there's a lot of like dumb stuff that is said, but when you think about it, no, it's actually legitimately good advice.
Well, that's the thing, though. Is like there's a lot of good, like, cheesy over the top sayings generally have good truth in them. It's just people laugh at them because of how they sound.
Right.
You know, like,
yeah.
Anyways, I mean, get good, but that's like something that originated from Dark Souls. Anyways, moving on to the news. Our first bit of news today is just a short article that I just wanted to implement because I thought it was fucking ridiculous. Is Roblox, according to the investors, is that what it is? Yeah, investors, is worth 45 billion when restricted units and employee stock is taken into account. Now that is ridiculous. Like, it's a very short,
not very
like, the article details what Roblox is. For those of you who don't know, it's kind of like an MMO that's like Minecraft mixed with Lego, and its entire economy is based around people making game types. Also, you can get a lot of money through Roblox, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah, you can get a lot of real world money through Roblox.
Basically, you know how like you talk about Hypixel, Devin?
Yes.
And how like you like the MMO parts of it? Imagine that, but with, you know, real money.
Yeah, Roblox is really
for kids.
Crazy and weird.
Roblox is not meant for kids?
No, it is for kids.
It's designed.
Why real money?
Because you can spend real money if you want.
That's the thing.
It's
anyway,
free to play, but you
so
can spend real money if you want.
So I'll read your code. So investors thought Roblox was like worth 2.5 billion last year. I thought it was worth 4 billion. Yesterday it was 64 to a share, $69 to a share. Decided it was worth over 38 billion for a total current valuation of 45 billion when restricted units and employee stock is taken into account. Bloomberg, I can't talk today, Jesus. Bloomberg reports, as Irgumi points out, that that's more than market caps for EA, which is 37 billion, Take-Two, which is 19 billion, and Ubisoft, which is 8 billion. It's also a lot more than the 7.5 billion Microsoft just paid to acquire the Elder Scrolls, Fallout, and Doom maker Bethesda. Activision Blizzard, 7 billion, is one of the few video game makers currently worth more, at least in the eyes of investors, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. Why? I don't know.
I just wanted to put this here because I thought this was kind of hilarious and ridiculous.
I mean, here's the thing.
How?
How? It's kids. Like, Roblox is technically one of the most played games by kids like under 10. And it's available on like every console and on smartphones, so anyone can play it. It's widely accessible and free to play.
Wow.
So
yeah, I will read this one last thing, which kind of is funny because it's like, of course, public valuations are also incredibly fickle things, changing from one day to the next, sometimes in massive, completely meaningless swings. Case in point, GameStop. In January, GameStop was suddenly worth 20 billion more than it used to be. Then in February, it wasn't. Now in March, it is again.
Yep.
Markets move in mysterious ways.
Who knows what will
just like the appeal of playing Roblox. Yeah, this isn't really, I mean, I don't know. I thought it was just worth pointing out because of how fucking ridiculous it is.
Yeah. Hey, now gamers are getting smart and looking at the stock market.
They've always looked at
that's an upside to all this.
Yeah. Anyways. Anything to really point out? It's just a
Cats
small...
are yelling at each other.
What?
Cats are yelling at each other. 1 second.
All right. Anything to sort of go on to or move, just like anything to say or point out with this article?
It's surprising that Roblox is worth that much.
Yeah,
I think that's more than Minecraft was purchased for, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing, the thing with Minecraft is that there's not really DLC really, except for the
Yeah.
Windows.
There
10
isn't
version.
a massive in-game economy.
Yeah, no,
Minecraft
Minecraft is
doesn't
like
have a
Minecraft
thing.
is a game where you buy it once and then you just play it forever. Where Roblox is like it's free to start, but hey, there's a whole bunch of stuff in the game that you can spend that you can get for real money. So,
Yeah, Roblox has a
infinite
very
money.
large in-game economy.
Yeah.
Sad.
Got
Yeah.
anything to add, Matthew?
Do you have anything to add, Matthew?
No, I don't.
All right. Well, that's all I wanted to
did
say.
miss a
I
chunk,
just
but also, Devin, I put Carter in your room.
Okay. Hi, Carter.
yeah, that's all I wanted to say because I thought it was kind of funny and ridiculous. Moving on to our final piece of news because we've only got 2 today, which is an article that's much longer than I thought it was for some reason, but also discusses a much more interesting and discussable topic, which is the Star Citizen developers. The article is titled Citizen Developers Fed Up After Being Expected to Work During Devastating Texas Snowstorms. That is the title of the article. It talks about so the Star Citizen is like a MMO space game trucking video game. I don't exactly remember what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So the article starts off with like, Texas had lots of problems. It still is having problems with snowstorms and other stuff, power outages.
More snowstorms.
Yeah, basically what the article really says is that like that all that while all that was happening, management for the employees basically said like they still had deadlines, and management basically said, yeah, you still have to meet those deadlines, even if you have to like put in overtime or everything. You need to make up for the lost time from everything that's going on currently.
Yeah.
So
they were
it's yeah.
Yeah, it's basically management, just to say management, because this article doesn't even detail who the developers of Star Citizen are. Like, I don't think CIG is the development studio. Basically, management, to quote from the article, left them high and dry in regards to the snowstorm. Expected them to continue working during the power outages and stuff. Like, even though keeping warm, power outages, stuff like that during the snowstorms, and there's also something along the lines of like they expected to. Max sort of said this, but I'll just say it one more time just to. I don't know. Yeah, they expected them to either finish everything or do it later by essentially making up for lost time by using any vacation time they had to use it to continue development.
Wow.
So it's not a good look for GIC.
It's real scummy.
It's not a good look for them. Not a good look for CIG, rather. I called them GIC. Yeah, I'd also like to point out that the CIG Studios has locations all over the world, but their main development, like, headquarters is in Texas. So that's probably why one of the reasons this is ultimately as bad as it is. Not giving them any room to wiggle, mind you. I'm just saying their headquarters are there, so
Right. Yeah, no, it's just really scummy.
No. You should stress out your employees during a blizzard.
Fuck that.
Language.
Whatever.
No. And remove. I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, it's just real bad. Employees need to be treated a lot more fairly, like not just in gaming, but like in a lot of places. But like every person is important and is vital to the team. So I think everyone should be treated fairly.
What if they're not vital to the team though?
Well,
like, what if they're hired but they only ever sit in the corner?
What? If an employee is doing their job the way they're supposed to, they are.
I'm meaning if they're a slacker. and
Okay, if they're a
still getting
slacker,
paid.
then and they're not putting in the work, well, then they shouldn't even be working there.
Yeah.
They should have lost their job already if they weren't putting
What
in
if
the
they-
work.
So
What if everyone thinks they're a slacker, but in actuality, their job is to sit around making people think they're a slacker?
Well, then that's on the management. Why they create that job? Like in the end,
don't
listen,
know.
in the end, employees need to be respected.
Yeah.
Not just in gaming, but really everywhere, but especially in gaming these days.
Just to give you, sorry to interrupt you, Mac, but just give you a few more choice quotes from the article.
Mhm.
Where was it? CIG sources cited that the company's tendency to internally tout record earnings while offering low pay and no additional compensation to help with issues like higher electric bills during the pandemic, as well as animation studio layoffs and decisions that disproportionately impact lower wage employees, like taking away the QA department's work from home privileges before the pandemics began. CIG reversed that decision after it became apparent that everyone would have to work from home indefinitely. All this has left some Austin employees fed up. So just to give you a quote from that. So, they're not exactly, CIG is not exactly in the best of lights right now, to put it lightly.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you monochrome?
Because.
All right, whatever. Yeah, any more? I mean, I don't know. I was expecting more conversation out of this, considering, but I guess aside from just reporting on it, there's not much else to say. People be shit.
Stop being bad.
I don't know what else to say.
Be respectful. Every person every person who puts in the work should deserve fair treatment.
Yeah, you're right. I don't disagree with that. I just,
a studio, like a company shouldn't be like, it seems that like this company is just like, yeah, we need to meet the deadlines because, hey, more money for us. But like, if there is an emergency and staff needs to like take the leave for the emergency, then, who cares about the money? What the priority is, your
business does,
and the people in the studio that they need to be taken care of, and they need the financial security.
Yeah,
you're right.
But Max, what if they artificially cause a pandemic in order to get that security? So they don't have to work?
Why do you play devil's advocate all the time?
That was a really stupid devil's advocate. I'm saying a bunch of tech employees started a pandemic in order to get benefits that they didn't actually get.
I don't know why they would do that, but like,
no, that doesn't make any sense.
See, at first, before you said the employees, I thought you were going to do that classic example of like, well, not a classic example. I thought you were saying the company itself did it just to fuck with their staff.
Somebody's like, we need lower prices. Let's
there is
half
this
the staff.
It's not there's this sort of idea that is like this has nothing to do with anything, but you sort of brought up like a company creating a virus. But like the idea, in order to create, basically there's this idea that you need to make a lot of money, you need to create a need for a product.
Yeah.
Create the need, you can make the product successful. The ultimate idea of this is to literally create a virus that will kill everybody and sell the antidote at extremely repulsive prices.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate, like, you care about nothing but money.
Right.
That's also called a bad business strategy.
It is.
I mean, you're right, but like,
it's yeah. Well, because it's
like
no one would.
Emperor's New Groove?
What? I have, but I don't remember.
That's what the villain did.
What villain?
The villain in Emperor's New Groove. She was like, "Aha! I turned you into a llama. I have the antidote. If you want it, give me everything."
She was trying to kill him, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
She was
remember.
trying to kill. She thought it was poison, and it turned out to be llama.
Oh, well, I don't remember.
When's the last time you
Also-
saw Emperor's New Groove?
Like 10 years ago,
Okay,
probably.
to be fair, Max does have a point. There, you could take someone hostage like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that actually was
But-
what happened in Emperor's New Groove.
I don't think that's what I don't remember that being the case. There might have been a scene near the end where she said something like that, but like
We're getting
I
off
don't
topic.
remember
It doesn't
it.
matter.
Like it's been a while since I've watched it as well, but I don't remember anything like that happening.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
Either way, that was very different than poisoning everyone on the planet.
Okay, here is a much better plan. Okay, don't poison people.
What?
No, ready. All you have to do is just make this like put I don't know, put extra fat in foods and then open a gym chain so that people get fat because of what they eat, but then they think they need to exercise. So then they exercise and they go to your business, and then you have a ever running business.
Just have a McDonald's right next to the gym. Much cheaper and more effective.
Yeah, that's
Also,
better.
That's basically what's happening right now, anyways. To a lesser degree, but like, you know,
I don't think that's
to be
coordinated.
fair, fat is not as bad as sugar.
That is true.
No, it's not. That's why I said. Wait, did I say fat or did I say?
You said
sugar?
fat, but like
Oh,
the main
fattening sugar. I meant to. I actually did mean to say sugar. I'm not sure why I said fat.
Yeah. No, I
the
get that.
reason the US is so fat is because everybody's crazy for fat-free things. Like this was a whole thing. Like this was a whole like movement. It's like, oh, we don't want fat. Fat's bad for you.
It's not.
So fat-free things happen. And in order to supplement the taste the fat gives products, they replace it with sugar, which just is worse.
Oh, I love America.
This
We're
was
so
a whole
smart.
thing. I like there's basically an entire generation that said we don't want fat. That's why you have fucking margarine instead of butter, which is literally fat. I mean, it's not quite fat. It's basically like unprocessed cream essentially that's churned into a buttery substance, but it's basically fat and carbohydrates. You know,
what are we talking about again?
Milk in of itself is literally just fat and a few carbohydrates. It is designed to keep organic creatures alive. God. Sorry. I went on a
how do
milk...
we get to this?
I don't know. I went on a rant about milk and sugar. Whatever.
Man, we're a gaming podcast.
Screw you.
That's the
Anyways.
Milk Sugar Podcast.
What?
Welcome to the Milk Sugar Podcast.
Welcome to Cooking the Discussion. I'm your host, Aaron. I'm your host, Chef Aaron, with my sous chefs. My 3 sous chefs, and we're gonna talk about the production industry of sugar and fat and how fat is better for you.
Hand me my ladle.
And how
Let them
because of
talk
a
about
lot of
video
the
games.
and because of how sugar's in a lot of food, me and Devin can't eat a bunch of it.
Yeah, sugar's super bad for you. It's like one of the worst things
Yeah.
you can put in your body.
Yeah.
Like it's
Anyway,
So yummy.
feel bad. Anyways, obviously there are things that have God damn. I'm just gonna finish my thought and then we're gonna move on. Obviously, there are things that have natural sugars in them, like apples and fruits and stuff like that. Like apple juice is a lot of sugar because of apples. Just saying. Anyways, that has nothing to do with gaming. Let's go back to that depressing article about a company fucking with their staff because they're dumbasses. I guess there's nothing really much else to say about it other than CIG is a bunch of dickheads.
I'm sure the employees are fine people. It's just that they just need to be treated fairly.
Yeah, God.
It's management.
I want
Max. You have to think about this. The upper management though. They really need more power and more money.
No,
I want the gaming industry.
No,
to
Max,
have a
they
fucking
do.
How
union.
else will they get away with abusing money and power if they don't have more money and power?
Why doesn't the gaming industry as a whole have a standardized union?
That'd be very strange.
Well, not a standardized, but like unions fucking
What would a
don't.
gaming union look like?
Am I saying, wait, am I saying the wrong thing?
Like a gaming employees union. I think that's what Aaron means.
What are those
I don't know.
things that help employees but are not attached to the company? They're called unions, right?
Union? No.
Yeah.
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 A lot of the gaming industry doesn't have one really, like, or separate companies. Like there isn't really a union for game developers.
That's true.
There technically is one, but it's not very good.
No.
Yeah, you really there really needs to be a good union within, especially like development staff. You know, the guys that you never see and are only exemplified by a name in the credits that work their asses off.
Meh.
Just treat everyone fairly, please.
No, that would be silly. People shouldn't be treated fairly.
All right, I guess
If
we're not
you're
doing
richer
that.
and have more power than them, then you're better than them. That's how it works.
Nope. I am inclined to disagree.
We should treat everyone the way that Max treats people.
Yeah.
You mean as equals and ignore everything else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not
I mean,
everything
unless
else,
they're like
yeah.
psychopathic murderers. I'm not talking about that sort of thing. Don't ignore
Max
that.
does not treat
I
psychopathic
have a huge amount of respect for every single person.
even psychopathic murderers.
No, screw them.
I mean, that's fair.
What if that murderer had a family?
Oh yeah, they did have a family.
At one point.
What if they had a family? What if they have a family, a very supportive, loving family, Matt?
You know, he like listen.
Here's the thing.
No.
Everyone can do what they want, but as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. If it is hurting people, like either directly or indirectly, and they know of it and they continue doing it, then that is bad.
So if it's a painless death,
no. Like if the management screwing over their employees, that is like that's not being respectful. That is very much very much directly like screwing with them and hurting them.
Yeah, you're right. It's a problem. Anyways,
Be respectful.
I'm not sure where we jumped off.
I don't know. I just started talking about
honestly, we're basically free falling at this point, and that's fine.
That's cool.
We jumped off the good ship GTD and are now free floating in the ocean of ideas.
From the pan into the fire.
Yeah, all of those ideologies, not ideologies,
proverbs,
not close. I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
My brain is moving at a fucking snail's pace right now for some reason. But yes,
Out
just
of the plane into propeller.
Okay,
maybe
so
a little more different, but still.
Okay, before we just final thoughts on the situation overall, starting with Matthew, ending with me, I guess. Just say a few words and we'll move on.
It's not good.
Cool. God, you're like a fucking 80s celebrity saying drugs are bad.
Stop it. Get some
Stop.
help.
Get some help. Eat the McDonald's.
Have you seen there's a movie where there's a dude on TV, he's like the old rock star, and he's on TV and he's talking with some people in like an interview, and he's like, look kids, don't do drugs, become a celebrity and they'll give them to you for free.
No, boy.
I think I've seen that before. Yeah,
probably.
One of my favorite drug PSAs is the Lou Albano one, where he's just talking to the camera wearing a Mario hat. Like Lou Albano played Mario in the Super Mario Brothers Super Show back in the 80s. But he's just wearing a Mario hat and he's not doing a Mario impression or anything. He's just speaking to the camera as himself. And he like goes on this whole like, don't do drugs. Doing drugs is bad. Call your priest, your rabbi, your moms, your brothers, your sisters, like all of these things about drugs. And then he ends it with like, and remember, if you do drugs, you go to hell before you die. It's so good. It's one of my favorite PSAs because of how out of nowhere that last line is. And it's amazing hearing Lou Albano, aka Mario, just to tell you tell you that you're gonna go to hell before you die. Oh, it's amazing. Anyways, we've fallen off a bridge again, but that's fine.
We're good at that, actually, I found.
Okay, just quick.
Wait,
Instead
right
of going
picture the bridge. We're falling off a bridge. This bridge.
Just say a few words about your final thoughts on the situation, and then we'll move on.
Treat everyone with respect, even those who work under you and above you, and don't get egos and treat the people who work under you poorly. Be good.
Never.
That's it.
Devin?
I'm gonna have to disagree with Max here. I have to play devil's advocate.
What?
All right. Well then.
If the employees don't like being treated badly, they should just quit, and you can get new employees. And if you have a reputation for being treated badly,
so what the gaming industry does anyway.
Yeah, if you have a reputation for treating people badly, then no one will want to work for you unless they want to be treated badly. So because that's a bunch of masochists working for you.
That's what.
Anyways.
Oh no.
That's the ideal world.
I know. The ideal world is to employ a whole bunch of masochists and treat them badly, and they like it.
Oh.
Just start a schooling program that makes people masochists.
Yeah, and then you will have your employees.
The best idea.
I have many issues with all of this.
Well, that's just because you're a masochist. You don't want to have. You don't want more people. You don't want more masochists to exist. Anyway, no. Wait. You want more masochists to exist because you are one. Because I don't know
if you know what masochism is.
I know what it is.
Oh, okay.
I'm aware that Max is not a masochist.
Okay.
He doesn't even really have any vague traits that line up for a joke shot, but I decided to take it anyway. So screw you. Don't be an asshole. Just don't be an asshole. That's all I'm gonna say. Just don't be an asshole.
Be nice and kind.
How bad if you're an asshole?
Don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
Awkward silence as
there
we just die horribly. Hey, why are you gone?
I put him in the waiting room for that joke.
What happened?
my joke?
No, it was a good joke though.
You kicked me for my joke.
I put you in the waiting room. I didn't.
Why are you abusing your power?
What is going on?
You.
All right.
Never mind.
I'm fucking dropping this conversation like a ton of bricks bound down a staircase.
Okay.
We're moving on. I don't know how to move on from anything that we've done, so I'm just gonna jump into the end of the show and hope I don't get bitten by a shark.
That's cool.
Welcome to the end of the show, or shameless self-promotion, because the news is over. Bye-bye. This is the part of the show where we shamelessly promote ourselves and our whatevers, if you care to look at them. So, Matthew, let's start with you, and then we'll see how everything goes from there. Matthew, shamelessly promote yourself by telling the good people at home where they can find you and what you potentially have coming up this week.
Potentially this week I'll get a video out of my channel.
I can't hear
from that. What?
You're mumbling too much.
Bring your mic
Yeah,
closer.
that was on purpose.
Oh.
Okay, is this close enough?
Your mumbling was joke. That was very good joke. Not.
Anyway, that's not the point. Anyway.
Get on with it.
Say anyway 3 more times.
Anyway.
Well, effing kill you.
Lost my train of thought. Oh no.
Matthew, how are you supposed to write a script if anyway is going to be everywhere in it?
Where was I? Right, I should have a video up this week. A Minecraft video on my channel, Mystical Meanderings. And I actually intend to mess around with streaming more. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to do very well because it gets really laggy when I'm on multiplayer. But still, I think it's a neat idea.
Yeah.
What's your Twitch channel?
Also, Mystical Meanderings.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Devin, where are you? What? Where are you going? Oh my god.
You can find me on Blingdon or Deathmafu Gaming if you look them up. Blingdon, I just uploaded a new video of me winning a game, I think. Yeah, winning a game where I had to take out 3 people. It was just me, and there was 3 other people on the remaining team. And I have to defeat them, and all 3 of them are really, really good at PvP, but really, really dumb. And so I maybe I scrape out a victory, maybe I don't. They are really good at PvP.
Well,
you'll
you'll have to watch the video to find out.
Yeah.
Ooh, the suspense.
Almost spoiled it too, but nope.
Almost.
Matthew didn't say a word. I don't know what you're talking about. I talked over him because he didn't say a word. I don't know what you're talking about. You don't have a Twitter, so don't follow him there.
Hate Twitter.
Go over to Twitter and unfollow his imaginary account.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
That's
Or
a
go to Twitter
possibility.
and post Twitter is a garbage fire. I'm a massive hypocrite. You could do that. You could post that.
Yeah,
You
Twitter's real bad.
Yeah.
Genuinely, it's real bad. I
It is
only
bad.
have it for branding purposes.
Yeah, same.
So that's all that's going on for you this week.
Yep.
All right, cool. Yes, Max. There's a duality in
Yeah.
my brain. I was trying to figure out where to go.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Max, what's coming up this week, and what do you people find you and stuff?
I don't have anything going on this week, I don't think. I am working on some stuff in the meantime. It's just taking a while. I do stream on Twitch occasionally at twitch.tv/Dillian_Kriker. My internet's really bad, so it doesn't really work that well. But hey, it's watchable. But yeah, I think I should have a highlight coming on to my second channel, Dillian Does Things, later this week. But other than that, that's it. I'm working on changing up my content a bit, so it's need to figure that out a bit more.
Okay.
All right. Did you? Sorry, you did
Oh, yeah,
promote where people can find you, right?
Yes, you can find me on YouTube at Dillian Kriker, Twitch at Dillian_Kriker, my second channel on YouTube, which is Dillian Does Things, and I'm on Twitter at Dillian_Kriker.
All right.
All right. Epic.
Now moving on to
I was gonna
myself.
say that.
What? Epic.
Yeah, you said it before me.
For all those. Anyways, I need to not stumble over my words.
You're cool.
I do it anyways though because I'm terrible at podcasting. Yes, I will be continuing to be on this channel. Surprise, surprise. I will also in a recorded D&D campaign that has Devin and Matthew in it. Those episodes, I've been chilling for those episodes for like the past 10 podcasts. Those episodes have still not come out. I'm
Where are they,
sorry.
guys?
I guess I should say I'm sorry, but I'm not in charge of it. So just direct hate towards Matthew and not me. Other than that, obviously,
Evan, help me edit them by editing them.
Yeah, you're the one who's the editor.
No, I quit.
You declared yourself editor. I said.
Oh wait, I thought I was
this-
editing them. You
this-
just never
this
sent
is-
me anything.
What?
I thought I was editing them. You just never sent me
I
anything.
forgot.
Oh. Well, that's
Well,
on
anyway,
you then.
God.
The discussion that we had after we recorded the first podcast was Matthew said, I am the editor. And I said, and I am the assistant editor. And Matthew said, no, you're not, because I will be editing them myself. And then he discovered that he hates his voice.
Well, I forgot.
You're gonna have to get over your hatred of yourself.
Yeah,
That's why I say to turn on the direct monitor on the Scarlet, but you don't seem to do that.
Listen, I hate my voice as well, just because I think I sound dumb, but I can listen to it for the sake of the podcast. Like, I've listened back to a couple episodes once or twice, and it's just like, man, I sound horrible. Fucking dumbass. I just make fun of myself because it's just, it's like you hear yourself say things like, God, why did you say that, you stupid piece of shit?
Mood.
Anyways.
I'm going to regret that a-hole comment at some point in the future.
Which one?
The joke that got me banned from this podcast.
It was a
What
tasteful joke.
podcast? This one?
Yeah.
What joke?
I'm saying, like, when I'm 30,
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna look
the
back
one
and be
where
like,
I
that was
put.
Oh.
The one where I put him in the waiting room. I
It's
think you should realize that
30
now.
years from now, people will watch this podcast and be like, man, that teenager sure is worthy of sacrificing now of all times.
Yeah.
And
yeah, Devin, they'll cancel you on YouTube.
No, we're getting off. I don't know what.
Oh my gosh,
what's
I'm sorry.
happening. Yes, I'm in a D&D recorded D&D campaign with Devin and Matthew. I don't know when it's coming out. Don't ask me. I'm also going to be continuing to be the main host of these podcasts, and they will continue to come out, on Sundays, obviously. Hopefully I don't miss another week. The only reason I missed the other week is because there was barely anything that happened, and I was just kind of tired that day. But hopefully that doesn't happen again. Other than that, I don't have any specific plans for videos in the future. I have been sort of working on a script for something related to Mario, but that plans go awry when you have no motivation. I'm sorry to say. I have sort of been thinking about Twitch, but I need to get a capture card, so don't expect anything of that in the near future. I don't even have a Twitch account, so don't go looking for it.
It's I just do it to waste time.
Oh, yes, you can also
I do
find...
it because it's fun.
Obviously, you can find me on YouTube, where you're watching this video. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
You can also find me on Twitter at gaming_the_discussion. Or, sorry, yes, gaming, sorry, not gaming underscore, gaming, the discussion. There we go. God damn, what is happening? Where I will be retweeting and posting news that I think is interesting, random other topics, and when the video comes out, I will announce it on Twitter. There, done, bam. I shilled my ass off, and look what I get. Nothing.
That was great, man.
I get nothing. Anyways,
You get this.
yeah, I get fucking cool guy glasses. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching this episode of the GTD podcast. Thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe. You can check out everything we talked about in the description. God damn it. You can check out the news articles and the trailers we checked out in the description or the pinned comment below. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm the scum. So thank you all so much for watching. Let's get a belated goodbye from everybody before I just end this shit.
Goodbye. Give me
Bye.
critical feedback.
Goodbye.
Thanks.